What are your thoughts on the recourse? What can we do?
So there are specific things an individual can do, but ultimately it is about our side, which doesn't have the fighting psychology, if you will. They have a defeatist psychology, a fear-driven psychology, and they falsely think that standing on principle is the right way to deal with this situation. They even think that just appealing to the founders wrote all these documents. Well, documents can't save you because ultimately you can ignore what the documents say. What if you have courts and progressive justices who look at the Constitution and go, who cares what it says?
Mm-hmm.
Or I will use my interpretive cleverness to get around whatever it says. So the founders ultimately created a structure of divided government checks and balances. And they also, in the end, hoped for a virtuous citizenry. And by virtue here, we mean also the virtues of courage and creativity and political resourcefulness. So that was really the meaning of Ben Franklin's "I'm giving you a republic if you can keep it." So far, we haven't been very good at keeping it. We need to do better.
Oh my goodness. Well, I cannot wait to watch this movie. Dinesh, I
Pe-
mean, this
pe-
is going to be
pe-
great.
People ask me all the time, what can I do to help? Well, this is one of those things, this movie's coming out, so fill up the theaters. This when our side does something or makes something, and I'm sure it's not that easy to do. Support it, and fill the theaters when this thing comes out. And so Dinesh can make another movie and another one and 4,000 mules here.
It's so
Well, I mean, this is, if you're Michael Moore, it's really easy because you go to a studio, they give you $10 million, you make a movie, and they handle everything for you. They say, okay, Michael Moore, you're booked on The View tomorrow, and you're going to be on Bill Maher's show the next day, and you're going to be on Good Morning America the next day. And so Michael Moore's only job is to make the movie. On the conservative side, it's more difficult. You need legal expertise, you need to raise funds, you need to make the movie, and then you need to market the movie. And you need to do all those things. And then if you don't get a return on the movie typically what I do is I go to investors and I say, if you give me money, I will work really hard in the market to get the money back to you so you can give it to me again. I call it recycled philanthropy. So ultimately, We're doing this for the cause. We're trying to make really good films. We're trying to make them successful in the market so we can create a viable cultural alternative that doesn't just rely on donations, but relies on producing really good products that are making a real contribution to the political debate and to the culture.
Well, you are absolutely doing that. Dinesh, thank you so much for stopping by and joining us today. We've been playing your trailer all week, and we'll end this show with your trailer as well. But thank you for everything that you do. You have a podcast as well. I don't know how you have time to do anything. I mean, I really don't. It's like this is your world, and you do it so well. What got you involved in all this? Just real quick, where did the passion come from?
Well, I think I'm an immigrant. I came to America at the age of 17, and I was just kind of almost like a kid in a candy store, thrilled with all the, not just the opportunity and abundance of American life, but the basic rights, all right there in the Bill of Rights, the right to free speech, to freedom of conscience, to petition the government for grievances, to right to assemble, obviously equal rights and equal justice under the law. And I just saw with dismay the way in which one by one, usually under some pretext, oh, it's COVID, oh, it's January 6th, you see censorship coming in, you see the even basic rights like the right to assemble, the right to go to church are suddenly called into question. So none of our rights are as secure as they were a generation ago when I came to the United States as a student, as a teenager. And so I feel a strong sense of urgency. In fact, I feel a little bit like the animal that is sort of warning the herd that there's a movement in the trees and we need to take protective action before it's too late.